So last night, I had a really interesting download and I just wanted to share it. So I was doing a reading for myself, and that was that, right? It was very interesting, it was very profound. But at the end of it, I was putting the cards away and pulled a couple cards in a way that I don't normally do. I was shuffling the cards and I did the bridge, which I have a thing about loving to bridge cards. So shuffling them, bridging them. But there was a couple cards, let's say not even 10, at the top that did not want to bridge. And so I was guided to pull the first two cards off the top. And it was the Sun and the Queen of Wands. And I made an interesting connection with these two cards last night. I felt that the Child and the Sun card is the same person on the Queen of Wands card. Now, there was a couple things that drew me to that conclusion. One being the sunflowers. These are the only two cards in the tarot deck, Rider-Waite, in the Rider-Waite tarot, that have sunflowers. I thought that that was very significant. I think that this message that I got last night, I don't think it's just for me, which is why I wanted to share it. So let me go ahead and walk through the connections that I made again. So the sunflowers, the fact that both of the cards are giving Leo energy, the lions, the sun, Leo's ruled by the sun. The fact that this material that the garden is in is the same material as the foundation of the throne for the Queen of Wands. So, and then even the cat, even though this is a horse that the child is on, it still was giving me a connection. So you can also see the two sunflowers at the back on the throne underneath the lions. I continue to make connections with this. Now, the reason why this was very significant for me and why I believe that this is for you also, if you were guided to watch this video, is because when you were a kid, there was a certain playfulness, there was a certain level of magic, of joy that you held. And for me, which again, I believe this relates to you too if you're resonating with this video, things that have happened in your life, maybe something that happened to you when you were a child, caused shame. And I'm going to go as far as to say sexual shame, that even though you've been trying to rise back up into this magnetic, confident person, you haven't quite been able to get back to that innocence, that purity, even looking at yourself as deserving as this childlike energy from the Sun card. So the connection that I'm making is I believe that the things that have been happening, I'm really big into astrology, so I think astrologically speaking, the purification, the shadow work, the depths as to which we've been healing is causing an integration of this energy. I think that we're finally uncovering the shame that I think we've been trying so hard to heal. And if you know about the Ho'oponopono prayer, I've even been called to start to say that more often. You can look that up and the significance, the origin of where that came from. But it's, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. Reclaiming the purity and innocence and finding self-acceptance, trusting and understanding that you're in a different place now. I understand having a hard time forgiving yourself, forgiving other people. This message for me, I think, is resonating more with you needing to forgive yourself for something that happened that has caused you to maybe be afraid of actually standing up fully in your truth, in who you are, accepting that you are a spiritual leader, that you are called to help people, and not allowing the shame to cause you to not pursue that. And that by accepting yourself, truly accepting yourself, which I believe that God is providing the strength for that. Maybe you felt like you could never truly forgive yourself, that it was just something that you'd have to live with forever, or something that you'd never feel whole again after these things. But I just was really feeling the connection with these. So last night when I was looking at the cards, I did record a little bit just because I wanted to save the insights that I was getting. So I'll put that at the end of this video, but I just was called to share. So I hope and pray that the person that needed to hear this, that you receive this message, and that you trust yourself in the journey that God has had you on, and understanding that all of it has been perfectly orchestrated to get to this moment today, where you're seeing yourself in a different light, where you're seeing your possibilities, your purpose, and your future in a different light. So yeah, the Sun and the Queen of Wands. I'm sending you so much love. My name is Courtney, if you don't know me already. And if you have watched my videos before, thank you so much for watching again. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.